away. Okay, so this is the last talk of the day, and it's going to be very short because the only thing I really have to tell you is that we're doing this best management practice document for black-flinted terns, tarapirohe, and Ellery has been driving that. He's not here today, that's why I'm standing up today, and it's well on the way to being completed. Thanks to Grant, I looked at the AI a bit too, and I asked it a few basic questions about a topic I know more about than birds, and that's wilding trees. And I was amazed at what it came up with, and I certainly need to explore that further. So why are we looking at the black-fronted tern, tarapirohe? Well, we know it's an endemic species, and it's the most endangered bird on the river, and can be considered an icon, but it does have cultural significance. In mana whenua, it's a treasured tonga that represents the health and vitality, the Maori of the waterways that it spends time on. And I can imagine that because I've watched those birds many times, and you can almost see their silver grey colour and the way that they're flitting up that river with a floating sort of spirit-like flight as they go up the river. You can imagine how you could interpret that as being something that's a little bit more than just a local bird flying up. Anyway, as far as the mana whenua are concerned, any decline in numbers indicates that the river's not really, something's not right, environmental degradation or a lack of balance within the river. So we're moving. Oh, Grant's already shown those two, but I just saw as an example on the Ashley-Brakahure, you can see there on the left the productivity. Got the ribal in the red line looking pretty good, and as we know, the numbers are looking quite good in Canterbury now. Down below, you've got the black-fronted tern, and I find it difficult to relate that left-hand side BFT productivity, which might average about 0.35, with the survey figures on the right there, which, if anything, show a holding of our own, perhaps a slight increase. So how you can have a productivity that's not at replacement level and populations that show that things aren't too bad, and we heard from Anne Schlesselman early on how the black-fronted tern numbers don't look too bad. I don't know how you correlate those two. And as Grant said, what's happening on the river? Well, with the black-fronted tern, it's predation, and cats are the major issue, but Grant's already covered that. So we decided that we needed to have a look at this best management practice for obvious reasons there. And last year, after this workshop, we had a workshop the following day, and at ECAN we had over 30 participants met at ECAN. Really impressed with people who turned up there for the extra day. And what we all agreed upon was that we needed to get together and put together a document on how we can best look after black-fronted terns. Those were the people that were there, and that was the approach, was to produce start producing a document from that meeting, and then Ellery went on in his own time and put together an initial draft, which is now 50% complete, and it will be finalised by the 30th September and sent around for comment from those that were at the workshop and others, and by the final document will be out by the end of this calendar year. So stay tuned, it's on its way, and we're going to see a document which hopefully all of us can use to improve the lot of the black-fronted tern, tarapirohe. Thank you.